Hi, we will continue to discuss about the consequences of the fall of Adam and Eve and Lucifer. Ang isang result po ng pagkakasalan ng tao noon ay ang sin. So, what is sin? What is the definition of a sin? The divine principle describes or defines sin as a violation of heavenly law, which is committed when a person forms a common base with Satan, thus setting a condition for give and take action with him. So, yung kasalanan po ay ang paggawa ng common base with Satan. So, para magkaroon ng give and take or relationship with him, this is sin. So, if Satan and human beings forms a common base and performs a give and take action, this is a violation of law and it is called sin. So, the divine principle classifies the sin in 4 kinds. Meron pong 4 na klase ng sin, kasalanan. So, the first sin is the original sin that originated from our first ancestors and is carried on through blood in our lineage. So, yan po, meron tayo, lahat ng tao may original sin dahil sa dugo po na to, sa dugo po natin, meron pang bahid ng ni Satan, ng lineage ni Satan, ng dugo ni Satan. So, everybody is carrying this kind of sin in our own selves, the original sin. Ang pangalawa naman po ay ang hereditary sin. The Bible says that we inherit the sin of our ancestors. Kaya nga may kasabihan na kapag may kasalanan yung mga parents natin o mga ninuno, mga lola at lolo natin, ang nagbabayad po ay tayong mga descendants nila. Ganun, ang hereditary sin. So, there's another sin, that's collective sin. Itong collective sin na to is a sin that we commit as a member of a group. We may not be the first person, or we may not be the person who committed a sinful act, but because we belong to the same group, we also receive punishment because we have this kind of sin, a collective sin. Example ng collective sin is for example, meron tayong group or we belong in a same class, tapos merong isa o dalawang classmates na gumawa ng something wrong, tapos tinatanong ng teacher kung sino, ayaw nating sabihin kung sino, covering up yung dalawang yon. So, finally, the whole class could receive punishment. And even though we did not do anything, we will be receiving the same punishment kasi we belong to the group. That is kind of collective sin. And the other one is the individual sin. Ito yung mga sin natin na alam nating di maganda pero ginagawa natin. Alam nating mali pero ginagawa pa rin natin. So, these are our individual sins. So, these are all the sins that came about because of the sin of the first ancestors and Lucifer. So, ito po, dumating po itong lahat ng mga sin na to because of that original sin, because of the fall. And the next one is ang tinatawag na fallen nature. So, because of the fall, we came to have many fallen nature, mga bad characteristics natin. So, saan galing yung bad natures na yan, fallen natures? It came from Archanger. When Eve united with Satan through the love relationship, the fallen love relationship, Eve could inherit all the feelings, the thinking of Satan, the bad natures of Satan. So Eve, when she related with Lucifer, that kind of sexual relationship with Lucifer, she inherited the fallen traits, the fallen thinking of Lucifer. Ganyan din, di ba, yung experience na, or yung buhay natin, kapag magkaroon tayo ng sexual relationship with somebody, na i-inherit natin yung mga nature ng taong yon. Yung mga fallen natures o mga thinking na i-inherit din natin, and we inherit also the blood. No? Na, so, the same true with Adam when Eve tempted Adam and he succumbed to the temptations of Eve, he also inherited the bad feelings, the traits of Satan that comes from Satan through Eve. So, yan po ang tinatawag nating fallen natures. Ano yung mga fallen natures na yun? Mga bad activities or bad characters or bad feelings na yan, galing po lahat yan kay Lucifer. And there are 4 types of fallen natures. Number 1 is failing to take God's standpoint. Galing to kay Satan, galing to kay Lucifer. Alam ni Lucifer na si Adam and Eve were supposed to become the children of God, and his position is to take care of Adam and Eve in place of God. Kaya lang hindi niya, he could not keep that position of taking care of Adam and Eve as representative of God. He couldn't bear, or he couldn't take that position of God, of parent position. Ang isip dapat niya ay ito, anak ng Diyos na nagmamahal sa akin, dapat ding mahalin ko ito at palakihin ko according to God's will. Pero he could not do that. He became jealous and he wanted to destroy, and he finally destroyed them. Number 2 is living proper position. He was created to become servant of God, but when he learned that Adam and Eve will become the Lord, his own lords, and Adam and Eve will become in between him and God, then he couldn't bear that. Hindi niya kaya na maging Lord niya si Adam and Eve. So, ang ginawa niya, nasira niya si Adam and Eve. He has to really destroy Adam especially as the head of the family of Eve and Adam and Eve. So, he left his proper position and he didn't want to be servant. He wanted to be the dominator of Adam and Eve. Ganyan din po yung kunwari yung number 1 na fallen nature, meron tayong, for example, we are the eldest person, the eldest son or daughter. So, we are enjoying the love of our parents for a long time, but suddenly mayroong lumabas na isang kapatid. Tapos lahat na ng focus ng attention ng parents natin nandoon na sa kapatid. So, we feel some kind of jealousy similar to that of Lucifer towards Adam and Eve. But, we should overcome that kind of feeling. Kasi pag hindi, then we will succumb to the temptation of Satan. We should overcome it by looking from our parents' point of view. Yung kapatid ko, bata pa, baby pa siya. So, God, mahal siya ng mga magulang ko. Dapat ko din siyang mahalin kasi mahal siya ng magulang ko. Ganun dapat yung feeling natin, hindi yung kaparehas ni Lucifer. Number 2, fallen nature, living proper position. Pag merong isang, meron tayong, kunwari, we have been leading for quite time, and then, biglang napalitan tayo as leader, elect yung younger, tapos kita natin, walang naman alam, from our point of view, we are much better than them. So, ganun din yung feeling ni Satan noong si Adam and Eve ay naging children of God, he feels na I'm better than them, mas magaling ako sa kanila, mas marami akong sa kanila, ganun. So, if you are feeling the same thing with the leader, younger one, and like immature leader, ganun, then we are carrying the same fallen nature. Yan ang feeling ni Lucifer noon din para kay Adam and Eve, and that is one of the fallen nature. It's leaving one's proper position. And also reversing the dominion. The flow of love should flow from God to Adam, to Eve, and to Lucifer. Yung love of God, ganun ang flow niya. Si Adam receives the love of God and share it to Eve, and Eve and Adam share the love of God to Lucifer. But this was reversed. So, ang ginawa ni Lucifer, from him, nag-start yung fallen love, isinare niya kay Eve, and then Eve sinare niya kay Adam. And this is reversing the dominion. So, this is also the fallen nature. Kung ayaw nating mag-receive ng love from somebody, through somebody, gusto nating mawala yun at tayo naman muna mag-receive ng love, tayo ang magbigay, ganon, tayo ang mag-direct o tayo ang maging mediator. So, this is one of the fallen natures. And number 4, multiplication of criminal act. Yung feeling ni Lucifer na yon, na feeling of lack of love, na gusto niyang gawing, na feeling niya ng lack of love, gusto niyang, feeling niya unfair ang God, ganun. He multiplied that to Eve. And also Eve responded. And Eve then multiplied the same thing to Adam. This is multiplication of act. Ganun din ang nangyayari karamihan ngayon. Kaya ang mga tao naka-inherit talaga ng bad natures ni Lucifer. Because we can spread more evil than good. Mas madali tayong mag-spread ng chismis kaysa sa mga good things. Good news. Pag good news, hindi natin kinakagat. Pag something bad, madali nating kagatin at nag-multiply pa tayo. This is fallen nature number 4. And it's this kind of trait and this kind of feelings, it all comes from Satan. This is trick of Satan. Yan ang ginagamit niya na nabasehan niya para he can continuously dominate the world through us, through our fallen natures. So, these fallen natures are very deeply embedded in our blood, inside ourselves. So, hindi yan basta-basta natatanggal. Kaya, hindi po, kung magtataka kung matagal nating maalis ang bad traits natin. But with effort, with God, and with the divine principle, with the guidance, with prayers, with our effort, then God will be able to help us be freed from these fallen natures and be freed from sin and become the sons and daughters of God. So, ito po yung mga naging resulta ng pagkakasala ng first ancestors at saka ni Lucifer noon. It's really very sad to discuss these things, but it's good for us to know about this too, so that we won't remain ignorant about what Satan did and what Adam and Eve did before. So that if we are not ignorant, then we can find solution. We can implement fundamental solutions to the problems of individuals and of the family and of the society. Okay, so thank you again for your interest. See you in our next video. The next part will be like why God could not stop them from doing that. Okay? See you next video.